Welcome everyone. We are organizing this 5-day retreat by Swamini ji, and Indica Academy is very happy to welcome you all. Just a short introduction of Indica Academy and Swamini ji. Indica Academy is a non-traditional university for promoting traditional knowledge. We have a presence in more than 30 countries across the world, including 20 cities in India. And we conduct various workshops, retreats like these, talks and other academic activities to promote Indic knowledge systems and Indian civilization ethos. And we have this vertical called Indica Moksha, which is dedicated to promotion of Indian spiritual traditions and knowledge systems. And I am the editor of Advaita Academy, which is part of this Indica Moksha. And I am very happy to welcome you all for this retreat today. And Swamini ji is very well known. She is speaking on Advaita Vedanta. She has given lectures. She has taught Advaita Vedanta for more than 2 decades, I believe now. And she comes from the Asha Vidya Parampara. She is the direct student of Pujya Swamiji Shri Dayananda Saraswati ji. And she has taught in various universities in US, especially UC Berkeley and other places. So it is our blessing to have you here, Swamini ji. I welcome you on behalf of Indica Academy. And I would like to express my deep regards and thank Dr. Subramanian ji and the Kaveri Kanya Gurukulam for giving this wonderful place on the banks of divine Kaveri. And it's a perfect place to have a Gurukula kind of teaching for at least 5 days. We are the unfortunate ones. We never had this opportunity to study when we were young, but at least now we can get a glimpse of it to study the Upanishads, the Bhashyas and the Vartikas for 5 days in this on the banks of the sacred Kaveri. And I thank Subramanian ji for giving us this place. And I request him to speak a few words and before Swamini ji starts her discourse. Thank you.
You want a chair?
No.
Brahmanandam Paramaspadam Kevalam Jnanamurti Kandvatītam Jagam Satisam Sattvamasari Lakshmi Ekam Nityam Nilamachalam Sarvadi Saraswati Sarvaram Bhagavato Samputto Bhagavato Jagatpatikaram Bhagavati Bhagavatas Aham Yante. This is the external activity coming and getting done here in this campus is being organized by one senior student. She just said just few days back one retreat is going to happen till the time something about Mataji. Then asked what retreat? She said it's from Mataji linked to Brahma, some friends from Bangalore. Then I said I should know. Because when you say word Mataji and Brahmurta, I should know. Only a few days back I got to know Mataji is coming. And with this reference, I would like to talk. It is exactly more than 2 decades, 20 years back, I think. I happened to go to Anitati and meet Pujya Swamiji. Then I happened to meet Brahmachari in Christmas. And Swamiji directly put me onto her and said, you are an agricultural scientist. She is taking care, she is in charge of medicinal plants in Anika. There was a garden, beautiful one, maintained by her. And Mataji told her that time, and Swamiji does not call this as agriculture. Swamiji calls this as a prema culture. I still remember. This is how I got introduced when Mataji was Brahmachari. And really I got so much connected with the then Brahmachari because from Bangalore. I was from Bangalore. And she was into the course those days as after engaged. And I was just like the friend said, I had just a glimpse of this entire different world. She was inside the world. I was just looking, got very much surprised to see there's another world for human being. I was at that door. So this is the background. So I know Mataji since not I, whole of family. She knows my daughter, son, my wife of that age. They are all in maybe in LKG age. My children. And she knows. So I was really delighted to know Mataji is coming. My God, it is unbelievable. That brahmacharini, and I had a very good kind of attitude towards her, only because she is a doctor of family, and she is dedicated her life at this age with Swamiji. And I saw very clearly with my own eyes, anything, she was with a pen and pencil, and pencil was always there. And any program, anything going, coming, everything. Such a meticulous job with the Western culture, the discipline. I could see. I was actually in a way I was jealous. She speaks such a beautiful English and so disciplined, so meticulous. Before Swamiji could tell something, I have seen in one class. Before Swamiji could tell, she brought one pot or one rose on the table. She knew that Swamiji is going to ask. For some examples, Swamiji is going to ask, and she understood. She was next to this rail with a pencil here. Just go. So she was so. I was jealous. What did you know? Oh, when we will become like that. So it is really. Now I can see the association and brought up from the Swamijis. And today the entire world is in this. What is produced out of that association. So therefore I was so much delighted to know that Mataji is coming here. And really I was not supposed to be a study group. I was in Bangalore on some other work. Then I thought before Swamiji Mataji starts, I should go and tell her this is the same story. So I'm very happy to see you all with Mataji there in our campus. It's a small campus, but committed on the words of Puja Swamiji. It is Puja Swamiji's. In a way, he told very clearly it is Ganga. So it's not Kaveri for me, it's Ganga. Because Swamiji's whole body, mind was in Ganga. So he said, I have got a Ganga. And never said Kaveri Kanya Gurku. Swamiji used to say, our Guru. He declared it's our Guru. So that was the love, care, affection he had and the vision on this small side. That's what we are here. That is what his vision. We are just part of it. Because it is his vision. He declared, he wanted this way. So once again, I am very happy, and I look forward for you all to come visit us, see the young girls studying Upanishads with their teenage in India, in Karnataka, in Mandya. It is not that easy. Those who are in Mandya and India, they will appreciate. It is not that easy. Maybe in Berkeley, but not here in India and India. It is a challenge. And Swamiji has given the challenge. I don't want to take your time. Our family, the extended family, we are in hands of Swami Sharadananda, senior student of Swamiji. He is our residential acharya. Swamiji takes a no Bhagavad Gita as well. I take assistant. It is a small campus dedicated for great Shankara Bhashya. Shankara Bhashya is the which they have produced at this age.
Amazing. That's really amazing.
Really, when I said to my wife, Kalpana, Mataji, what? Oh, that white dress, you're looking very cute. Yes. Then I will also come. I said, please come. So, we are very happy to have you. So, it is a very surprise to me that she's with us. And I wish a very good, very happy retreat for Srirangapatna. I look forward to be in touch with you.
You know, I asked you to talk a little bit about yourself, but you ended up talking about me the whole time. That
What
shows,
is there in the mind I
yeah,
said.
that shows how modest you are, and that shows the greatness of this entire family. The whole family is into this, and it's a previous work of molding vegetables, fruits, everything to a certain, kind of a hybridization, molding it to behave in certain ways. And so from that it's very interesting to me that you have gone on to molding young minds in the same way, using the same meticulous knowledge. Here, previously it is the knowledge of seeds and how the whole biostructure of the plants, etc. behave. Everything is working. Previously it is still not working. Vegetable itself into the fruit itself, how it behaves and how it is supposed to do that. Now it is working, yes.
No, about.
And from now,
Saprato.
it was working just now. Something. So from there to look at the seeds that one plants in the minds of young girls, it's not a, easy transition. In fact, the vegetable world, the plant world, the fruit world is in the order of Ishvara.
Yeah.
It is entirely and completely predictable. But human minds, being given the free will by the Lord, they are not so easy to mold and to see. So for that you require a lot of kudos. I was also privileged to be in Mysore at the time that the idea for this Mr. Pai, gave the brochures to Swamiji, and Swamiji gave the first brochures to your family. In fact, Mr. Pai came to receive. He said, no, first them and then you. Then he received the brochure, and I got one brochure also. And I looked at it and I said, oh, this is such a wonderful place. I hope I get to go here sometime. And now I find myself here. It is just beautiful. Their whole family is into it. They are great to be leaving everything and to focus on Mandya and India, as he said, the young girls, because this is a knowledge, the knowledge of the Hindu vision and way of life, the vision being the Upanishads and the knowledge being the, know-how, karma yoga, how to live this life in a way that is conducive to receiving its vision. That is what is accomplished here. And we don't think about, when we say Gurukula, we don't think about it. Even in the ancient times, the boys were sent there. But long time ago, they were Gurukula for young girls. Panini, the great grammarian, in fact, was one of the greatest champion of young girls' education. And even Manu, who is supposed to be very conservative, himself says in the Manusmriti, Striyam Maunji Karanam Ishyate. All girls should have munji, should have the sacred thread. The sacred thread is not just for the sacred thread. Sacred thread entitles you to study the Veda. That is why. So even he says that. And that is accomplished here. And Pujya Swamiji's vision, aligned with Dr. Subramaniamji's vision, went in tandem together. And Pujya Swamiji not only was the foundation stone for the vision that goes on here every day, that is enacted every day, but he also gave him watertight arguments against people who will say, why Kanya Gurukula? Why should girls be educated? And he simply said, just say, Pujya Swamiji came and taught here and everybody will be quiet. And that is exactly what is, he told me this yesterday. That is exactly what is happening. And kudos to you, because this is not easy to accomplish. We are getting both a secular education, the girls here, and a religious education. The best of both worlds. Where the university professors come here and teach in the Gurukula style and get them ready for exams, what more can we ask for? It's just amazing. So hats off to you, sir. I'm very, very happy that I was, I have the good fortune to be here at your place.
Yeah, very happy.
Yes, wonderful. So, with those words, we will start the session. Please sit if you have the time, you can enjoy. And please take a seat. Sahana Bhavatu.
Sahana Bhavatu.
I know you had breakfast, okay? Yeah. So, let me hear that. Vedic chanting means it should come from the pit of the stomach. Yeah, that is how all the purohits, they can drink a cup of ghee with each meal and not, put on weight. Because all the calories, are expended. Just even sitting here, you have to get into the spirit of it. You can't just stand, Om Sahana Bhavatu. You won't feel like studying after that. Just to come with enthusiasm. So we'll start again. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam. Karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Very nice. We also have to chant the Shanti mantra of the Shukla yajurveda, to which the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad belongs. Every Upanishad, every Veda has Shanti mantra. We chant the Krishna Yajurveda Shanti mantra, which I explained in yesterday's session. And we will also chant the Shanti mantra of the Shukla Yajurveda, which is what? Purnamadaha Purnamidam. So I will chant. Be careful of the swaras as much as possible. Try to copy that. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti Shanti Shanti. The swaras, the notations that go up and down, they are the energetics of the mantra. They set the tone. And the Shanti mantra is like what we call Digbandhana. When you do a puja, you go like this. Om Bhur Bhuvas Suvarom, like that. Meaning there may not be anything that doesn't belong from outside or within to come and disturb. So the Shanti mantra kind of puts a protective energy around the teacher, the person who is sharing the knowledge, and around the people who are receiving the knowledge. And that is why we chant that at the beginning. So this is a little bit of a glimpse, because the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is huge. It is called, Brihat means what? Big. Same Brihi, dhatu, from which the word Brahman comes. Limitlessly big. Aranya means what? Forest. And so the Upanishad is called Brihadaranyaka Upanishad because it is like a huge forest. It's an ecosystem of its own. The forest is an ecosystem. There will be parasitic plants that depend on other plants. There will be independent trees. There will be water. There will be sun. There will be so many other things, animals, that together make a complete self-standing ecosystem. And so the Upanishad is like this ecosystem, self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and also it is huge, meaning if you are in the forest, in a huge forest, what happens? You can't come out. So the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is like a huge forest. Adi Shankara says that in the Bhashya, that please step in with the help of a guide. A guide is needed for not just, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, but any Upanishad. Step in with the guide, because, this is very important and timeless advice, because we live in a time where this do-it-yourself culture is on the rise. Whatever you want, we want to find out ourselves. And now we have this, what is that called? Dr. Google. And we have this hell phone. It is always there with us, no matter where we are. Can't be separated from it even for a single minute, single second. And then anything you don't know, before we would ask for, directions. Now, we just want to know what is GPS. Previously, the only GPS we knew was Guru Paduka Stotram, GPS. Now, GPS means everything on our own. Some satellite somewhere is telling you what to do. Meanwhile, one is alienated from oneself, from Ishvara, from the Jagat. It is a decidedly self-study, do-it-yourself culture. Upanishad you can Google. 100 things wrong. Notions will come. All of them wrong. Maybe one may be right out of 10,000 hits. That by chance. What is the chance that you will end up on the right hit out of all those search results? So, this is the culture. I want to do it all on my own. Everything on my own, And what is there in Upanishad? I just read the translation. And Max Muller and everybody has translated. And this Shanti mantra that we just chanted is also translated. Purnamadaha, that is whole. Then what? Purnamidam, this is whole. Okay? Scratch the head a little bit because it makes no sense. That is whole. This is whole. Then it gets even more interesting. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. When you take the whole away from the whole, what is left? Purnameva avashishyate. What is left is the whole. And then you are in doubt after reading the translation. How do you spell the word whole? Is it H-O-L-E? Then it makes sense. Because if you take the whole out of the whole, what remains is a big hole. And that is in the head. Really. In my understanding, there is a big hole. No, it is W-H-O-L-E. How? That is why Adi Shankara said, Shastrajñopi. Even if you are a Shastrajña, Shastrajña means in the first portion of the Veda you know very well. Shastrajñopi Brahmanveshanam Swatantriyena na kuryat. Brahmanveshanam means an inquiry, into Brahman. Anveshanam, research into Brahman, inquiry into Brahman. Na kuryat, don't do what? Swatantriyena, aided by yourself. There is no DIY Vedanta, do it yourself Vedanta, till now is not there. This brings us to the question, why this penchant or this desire to do everything myself, why? Partly it is the human condition. Starts at age 2 when the child insists, I want to tie my own shoes. The fellow can't even say the word shoe properly, but he wants to tie it on his own. Little boy or a little girl, whatever it is. She wants to do everything on her own. He wants to do everything on his own. This is the ahankara. Nothing wrong, but that's how it is. It is, it feels like it is the owner of this whole universe. Because it is achhadita, endowed by, eclipsed by ajnanam, which I spoke about a little bit yesterday. Atma ajnanam. So partly this desire to do everything on one's own is, there is a kind of a wiring that way. The ahankara insists on just taking charge of the whole show. And then the other reason, another compelling reason to do everything on one's own is because one does not like to be told what to do. There is a certain kind of an allergy. It's best described as guru allergy. Yeah. You say the word guru and suddenly, some hives come. You feel like scratching, you feel like running away. But then the same person who doesn't want guru to study the Shastra is happy with the word guru and seeking help in other areas. And in fact, the word guru is used very loosely these days. It has even made it into the Merriam-Webster dictionary, guru. It is an English word now. Very loosely it is used. In fact, the word guru, the definition of the word guru in the Shastra is Mahavakya Upadesha Karta. Mahavakya Upadesha Kartru Guruhu. Meaning the one who teaches the non-separateness of Jiva, the individual, and Ishvara, Bhagavan is the definition of the word guru. The one who does that is guru. But nowadays there is dance guru, cha-cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah. And dance gurus insist on being called gurus. Nothing wrong, but that's how it is. There's music guru, cooking guru, and then what else? Stock market guru. And then there is also life guru. Life guru? Yes, it is called in America life coach. In India also it has come, life coach. I met one fellow in Colorado. I was there for a conference few years back. And, so this was a 2-part conference. It was going to meet, in January and then again in June, 6 months later. So the first time when I went in Denver, Colorado, I met this fellow. And I said, what do you do? I'm life guru. I said, what? First time I had heard, Then I thought, let me find out what he does, because maybe it will come of some use for me. I'll know a few new things. Then he described what he does. He said, a lot of celebrities are there. They don't know how to lead their life. They have a wardrobe malfunction, meaning they don't know how to wear matching things. Yeah, that's why we wear orange. No, not to worry about matching at all. Everything matches because it's all same shade. And then they don't know what to wear. They get overwhelmed easily because they have 300 pairs of shoes. And there is a whole bedroom just for shoes. Yeah. It is called walk-in, closet. Walk-in closet. So there is a bedroom and then another bedroom that you walk into, and that is just for shoes. and it is color coded like this, and they still don't know how to wear, what to wear. And then they have problems with their relationships, marriage and all the, and so he tells them, breathe deeply. He told me all this. Do one mantra. He himself gives the mantra. And then he will tell, take it easy. Don't, even if the significant other, husband or wife says something, don't talk back. It is not worth it, all these things. I said, Arey, this is wonderful. So, but how do you make your money? He says, well, they pay me every month to be able to call any time between, 6 in the morning to 12 at night. I'm available. The 6 hours I sleep, but they can send me messages. I'll put my phone on silent. As soon as I wake up, I can call them back. They pay me. And then specific advice is little extra, whatever it is. This is Life Guru. Then in June, I went again. Then again he came to the session. Then I asked him, so how is the business? He says, well, I'm taking a break. I said, why? He said, my marriage is in difficulty. So, so there's all kinds of gurus, except for Shastra. We don't, we are afraid. Because I think that there is an understanding that this is not a cooking school. This is not some kind of a, some kind of a small little thing that you toy with and understand. People understand the seriousness of the pursuit, and along with the seriousness of the pursuit, what happens? What happens is that there is a, the fear is equally high. The fear of what? The fear of, can you turn off the phone or whatever is, oh, that one, okay, yeah. So, the fear of what? The fear of what we call here in the Upanishad, surrender. That is the fear. Because we are not clear what surrenders. And we are not clear on what is the altar of surrender. Both those things we are not clear on. That is why the Bhagavad Gita says, labhate jnanam, the person who gains the knowledge is who? Shraddhavan. The one with Shraddha. And Shraddha is our term for surrender. And so the surrender here is not to a person. Not to a person in orange, not to a person in white, not to an individual who is occupying the post of a teacher. No. Because the teacher is nothing but somebody who was taught by their teacher, by their teacher, by their teacher, going all the way to Lord Shiva. Or if you say, no, I want to talk about Lord Vishnu, we can say that also. Narayanam Padma Bhuvam Vasishtham. Shaktim cha tat putra parasharam cha, we trace the lineage through Narayana or through Shiva. Sadashiva samarambham Shankaracharya madhyamam asmadacharya paryantam vande guru paramparam. Starting from Lord Shiva all the way to my guru, and a nod, a salute to Adi Shankara, who is the link for all the different, for all the different things here, is what is the tradition. So the teacher is a nobody, really. The teacher just shares. In fact, what does the teacher know? Nothing. The teacher is a plagiarist, really. We are all unashamed, unabashed plagiarists of Pujya Swamiji. Yeah. And I can say that proudly, no problem. We all teach what he taught. We all use the same words, the same methodology to unfold, and we are proud of that, because here this knowledge is not based on ownership, intellectual copyrights. Nothing, no such thing. There is no infringement, because it is all about you. There is nothing to infringe. There is nothing to copyright, because this is the only thing there is. What are you going to copyright? It is the nature of the copywriter that is being unfolded. And so really speaking, the teacher is a nobody. So then who am I surrendering to as a student? And who is the surrenderer? The I is the surrenderer. Who is this I? It is not the I that is unfolded by the Upanishad, which is Satchidanandam Brahma. which is Brahman, which is untouched by anything. It is the I that obtains as the owner of the body, mind, sense complex, ahankara. This is what the I is. And the ahankara has a very important place. And we don't say that we have to get rid of the ahankara, because otherwise who will sit in the class? Think about it. The I notion has gone to bed, correct? Has been removed, suspended. Then who is going to sit and listen? Correct? So we don't say we have to, destroy the ahankara. Even though the Shastra says mano nasha, we have to understand what this mano nasha is. We have to interpret that properly. So what is, what do we do to the ahankara? We lighten the ahankara of the burden of thinking that it is in charge. So who is the surrenderer? The ahankara is the surrenderer. And what is it that is surrendered to? It's not a person. It's the altar. Giving an entirely new definition to the term alter ego. The ego that surrenders to the altar. And what is this altar? The altar is Bhagavan. Because the knowledge doesn't come from the individual, the knowledge comes from Bhagavan. The individual is an instrument, the conduit. Someone who has thought about it more than the person who is receiving it. That's all the individual is. The individual is one who is privileged to have received the knowledge and is in a place to share it. Really, there is no teaching, it's a sharing. It's a sharing out of a sense of caring. That's all. That's all it is. You share what you know. You can't share what you don't know. And what you know, you can't have any ownership of. Because the person who taught to you also did not own this knowledge. And then that person who taught your teacher did not own this knowledge. And then all the way to the Upanishad. And the teacher in the Upanishad also says, Ye vyacha chakshire, Kena Upanishad. The teacher, is asked by the student, where the student is in awe. Oh my God, this is amazing. How do you know this? What is this? And the teacher says, we only teach. This is the teacher in the Upanishad, okay? You can't get any more primal than that. The teacher in the Upanishad says, we only teach what was taught to us. So really. And so, the knowledge comes from Bhagavan. And the ahankara surrenders to Bhagavan. And this is what is called the Guru-Shishya relationship. So, what we invoke in the person who is sharing the knowledge, we transcend the body, mind, sense complex of the person teaching. Just like we transcend the shape of this table when we say, touch wood. This is an expression, right? Touch wood, knock on wood. So when I say touch wood, I'm forgetting that this is a table. It has legs, it has a little place to keep newspaper, whatever it is made of natural wood, all this thing. I only go straight to the wood. Not to the glue, the nails, the shape, the nama, rupa is all gone when I say touch wood. To say touch wood, I don't have to go hug a tree, correct? I can, but I don't need to, because right here, touch wood. Touch wood. And in America, if nothing is available, they say touch wood. Yeah, no comment on that. So maybe buddhi is filled with sawdust or something. I don't know. But this is what it is. So when you say touch wood, whatever it is, you transcend the tablecloth. You transcend the shape, the wicker, the bamboo, everything. You go straight to wood. Similarly, when you come to study, this Shastra, you transcend the body, the mind, the senses of the teacher. And you just go straight to what? Touch wood, there what? Touch the Shastra, touch Bhagavan. That is what it is. That is what it is. And that attitude, the ahankara cultivates. That attitude that is cultivated is called Shraddha. Shraddha is the attitude, not of blind faith. Because unlike the mainstream religions, we don't say you have to believe that somebody died because of your papa. Arey, I wasn't even born. Somebody died 3000 years ago, I wasn't even born. Doesn't matter. Shut up. You have to believe. It is not this kind of a belief. We have beliefs. That you will survive death is a belief, non-verifiable belief. That you will be born again according to the karmic residues, non-verifiable belief. All that is belief. But the subject matter of the Upanishad is not based on belief. What is, you might ask, the subject matter of the Upanishad? The subject matter of the Upanishad is Bhagavan, unfolding the nature of Bhagavan. Who is Bhagavan? Where is Bhagavan? And Pujya Swamiji always, when he came to Bangalore, Mysore to give a talk, he would say, Devaru Elli Idare, he would say in his Tamil accent. Can never forget that. So this is what it unfolds Bhagavan. And for us, God is not a matter of belief. God is a matter of understanding as the truth of oneself. But I don't see Bhagavan because the seer is Bhagavan. I don't hear Bhagavan because the content of the hearer is Bhagavan. But how to understand this? What should I do? That is where we say, have Shraddha. Shraddha is not blind belief. We can say it's a trust pending the discovery of myself as Bhagavan. It's a temporary trust until I understand. And this temporary trust is an important placeholder for the teaching to commence and continue. And the Shraddha, this temporary trust, is kept as long as is needed for the knowledge to take place. It is what makes one sit and listen. Because otherwise, what is the connection? You all, both of them came because Veda asked them to come. They have no idea what they are into. They don't know. And they said, we don't know why we are here. Somehow something compelled us to come. Here we are. Welcome. Wonderful. But that, what has brought you here is Shraddha. Something there I need to know about myself, which I don't know, which I have to find out. And for that, Shraddha, we say, it is the suspension of one's notions. Giving the person sharing the knowledge a benefit of doubt. This is what is called Shraddha. No, they can't be right. How can I be Bhagavan? Well, let me just open to it and find out. This is why Adi Shankara in the Bhashya to the Mundaka Upanishad says, Brahman Veshanam Swatantriyena Shastrajñopi Nakuryat. Do not do any kind of research into Brahman by Googling Brahman. Adi Shankara knew Google, he knew something like that would come. That's why he used the word Swatantriyena, by yourself. There is no DIY Vedanta. And that's why in the Bhashya to the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, he says, so that you are not lost in the forest of this Upanishad, I will be your guide in the form of the Bhashya. I will be your guide. You please follow me, because the Upanishad is a complete ecosystem of the vision of the Veda, which is the truth of oneself as Brahman, and the way of life needed to cultivate that vision. This is all there in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad because it is a unique combination of the two portions of the Veda. The Veda is divided into two portions. First is called Karma portion, Karma Kanda. And the second portion is called what? Jnana Kanda. Knowledge portion. Karma, how to live, how to act, what to do, what to not do, vidhi, injunctions, nishedha, prohibitions. How to live in the world. Satyam vada, priyam vada. speak the truth, and then speak it in a way that is pleasant to hear. And if there is an unpleasant truth, don't say, I have Satyam Vada, so I have to say, you look horrible today. Don't say that, especially to the significant other. You know what will happen if you say that? The word significant will go and only other will be left. So say it in a nice way. Don't say, you look terrible in this dress. Not a nice thing to say. Just say, I think this, some other color you can pick and say, that color you look wonderful. You see, you have to learn how to talk. Upanishad teaches us how to talk. And if you can't say anything nice, this even in the English language there is a proverb. If you can't say anything nice, what? Don't say anything at all. Keep quiet. Don't say anything at all. If you can say something nice, say something nice. So this is what constitutes the first portion of the Veda. Included in that is also how to offer what? Ghee in the fire. And when to offer. When to have yajna. Anudite juhoti. Before the sun rises, you have to offer. Ayyo, that is too early. Is there an option? Yes. Udite juhoti. As the sun is rising, you please offer. That's only 15 minutes difference. You can. That was the ancient snooze button on the alarm clock. Between Anudite juhoti and Udite juhoti. 15 minutes extra sleep time you get. That's all. That's all the choice. And who should offer? Krishna keshaha juhuyat. Meaning, if you have a lot of desires, the person who's offering, yajna has got a lot of desires. But then, Krishna keshaha means, not that, if you are blonde, you should have black hair. No, you should dye your hair black. No. Whatever the natural color of the hair, here is called Krishna keshaha, the one who has whatever. And since we are talking of the India, mostly people had, dark hair, so dark hair. And then, when you have dark hair, that means what? You are young. And when you are young, that means what? You have so many desires. And then you are entitled to have those desires, the Veda says. Then you can desire all kinds of nonsensical things for which there is what? There is an upaya in the form of a fire ritual. Instead of trying to go, cut somebody else's chances or cut their neck and get what you want, the Veda puts you on a diet of yajna. Always. When in doubt, yajna it out. That was the Vedas, the first portion of the Veda in one sentence. Always keep offering. And then so you have nonsensical desire. You are entitled to have nonsensical desire as long as you are Krishna Keshaha or Krishna Keshi. Yeah, as long as you have natural black dark hair, whatever your original hair, or natural blonde hair, or whatever color, red hair, whichever your color is. But then as you start graying, then the idea is those desires automatically are not allowed. You can go for other desires such as world peace, Vishwashanti, etc. So like this, there is a certain graduation in the first portion of the Veda. And then, later on what? Then you get tired of yajna because you have to make the bricks. You have to sit and make the brick on the banks of the Ganga, Kaveri, everything. And then each brick has to be the same size. And let's say you need 108 bricks for the Vedi to arrange in a square or a triangle, whatever it is. And then the 98th one cracks. Then what do? Yeah, start from one. It's like a game of snake and ladders. You can never win. Snake and ladders? You played a board game? Yeah. Board game, B-O-R-E-D. Yeah. Because you can never win. So from 2 you go to 55. You throw the die and then 2, 1, 2. Oh, there is one wonderful ladder. You go to 55. And then 55 you go to 98. Another one. Wow. What is this? Another ladder. 97. Then then the die cast 1. And then what? 98, there is one bada snake. Yeah. This is not rope snake. This is real snake. Okay? Sitting at the mouth of the 98 square, and then it goes like this. You have to follow with your little pawn all the way back to what? 1. That is how we have the expression back to square 1. That is square 1. You can never win. This snake and ladder is samsara. This is what is the depiction of samsara. All the time up and down, mostly down. Yeah, mostly down. That's why, everybody, we have stopped talking when people ask us, how are you doing? Yeah. क्या है ये? What is this? इसका क्या मतलब है? लटके हुए हैं. Correct. We are hanging by a thread. मैंने भी ऐसे ही सोचा. When I first went to America and I asked somebody, how are you? I said, are you hanging off a precipice or what? No, it means so and so. So, how is the job? Pay is good, that is up. Commute is bad, down. How about the children? They are alive, that is good. They are teenagers, they don't listen to anything anyone says. That is bad. Then you ask, how is the marriage? Then the speed goes up. You get a conniption, That is what the whole thing is. So, this is the game of snake and ladders is like that. This is samsara. And the first portion of Veda just tells you to be prayerful whenever you cast the die. Die is karma phala. And only Bhagavan is the karma phala data. So it puts you on a diet of prayer through sacrifice, fire ritual, through giving, through, seva. And that is how one starts to become sick of yajna. Not sick of prayer, but sick of the desires that lead to this prayer. And then you understand that the karma phala is so little for all this ayasa that is done. So much ayasa. Ayasa means effort. Ayasa is effort. And interesting, in Kannada language, ayasa means tiredness. That effort leads to tiredness. So then, what is the point of the first portion of the Veda? The point of the first portion of the Veda is to say that is to ask some fundamentally difficult and yet pertinent questions such as, is that all there is to life? Is the whole of my life just a series of attempts at desire fulfillment? Dark hair, desire fulfillment, grey hair, desire fulfillment, Is that all there is? Because every desire, there is some kind of a, upaya, some kind of a remedy. This homa, that homa. And one is not at all at homa with oneself, at home with oneself. That is why one is in search of homa. This is what the whole thing is. So then, one graduates the first portion of the Veda to enter into the Upanishad, which is also called Vedanta purely placement-wise. Vedanam antah, that which comes at the end. Now we see why it comes at the end. Because right in the beginning, with this person with nonsensical desire, I want to go here, I want to go there, I want telekinesis, I want instant wish fulfillment, I want everyone else to go away so that I can live in peace. If this kind of a nonsensical fellow was told, you are Brahman, you don't need to desire anything, they will not listen. In fact, we have an expression, it goes through one ear and comes out of the other. This knowledge goes through one ear and boomerangs back to the teacher from the same ear. It ricochets back. So really speaking, these kinds of, that is why the message of the truth of oneself is placed at the end. Vedanam antah. And sometimes it is wrongly, the sandhi is wrongly cut up. They say, I heard somebody says, who wrote actually a paper and then proceeded to give it at the Parliament of World Religions. Vedanam dantaha, the teeth
of Vedas. This is not this thing. Yeah. And sometimes when I take and then this is a prevalent confusion. The teeth of there's no teeth here. And then when I take a walk, sometimes when I'm in Bangalore, I take a walk, there is Vedanta Dental Clinic. Again, there is a pervasive delusion. This is not Danta, it is Anta. Anta of what? Not just of Veda. Veda means human quest. Ultimately, that is what Veda is. It's addressing the human pursuit. And the human pursuit is only one and only one pursuit. Even though it may manifest as, I want to go abroad, I want to have these kinds of children, I want to do this, I want to accomplish this, I want to be able to Google myself and become famous, I want to have this many accomplishments, I want to leave a legacy, I want to be rich. All these things. I want to become somebody. All these desires. I want lots of money. I want lots of people who respect me, who listen to me. All this is nothing. Behind all these desires is the desire to know oneself as Bhagavan. That is really what it is. But how? Because that is what it is. Because you ask anybody who wants money, why do you want money? Are you going to sleep on that money? No, it is sitting in the bank. You don't even know where it is. You only see the figures on the bank. Bank means you have to have total Shraddha. That the paycheck has come, that it has got deposited there. And the bank balance comes, Shraddha in the computer. And the Shraddha in the computer, you see the zeros after the figure and you say, oh, okay. You don't see the money. It's all cashless. Even in India, it is becoming cashless now. And so what is this money then? What is this money? Money is another name for security. Why do I need money? Because I want to feel good and secure. Why do you want to feel secure? Because I have an insecurity centered on myself. It all comes down to that. Children. Why? Because I want to feel secure. Somebody should be able to be dependent on me. Somebody should love me. That's that pet also. Cat, dog. I have never understood spider. People in America keep this big spider called tarantula. Yeah, the spider is as big as the name. Itna bada. Yes. And then you have to give some special food. You keep it in a cage and all day look at it. Yeah. Why? Because insecurity. That insecurity centered on the I is the prasada of Atma Ajnanam. I don't know who I am. I don't know that I'm the most secure thing in the universe. I'm the only thing which happens to be secure. That is how this insecurity morphs into nonsensical desires. And so the first portion of the Veda puts you on a diet of prayer, sacrifice. It does not say don't fulfill the desires. We are not opposed to desires. We are more interested in looking at the nature of the desiring person. There's a big difference. We are not opposed to desires. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna declares himself, Kamosmi Bharatarshabha, I am in the form of desire. Oh really? Yeah, that means you can have so many desires. Why not? But read the fine print. What is the fine print? Dharma aviruddha kamosmi bhuteshu. I am that desire that is unopposed to dharma. Dharmic desires. That is what I am. And so really speaking, we are not talking about controlling desires because there is nothing to control. You can't control desires. Desire is a gift of Bhagavan. We are talking about managing the desires enough to get to the place of understanding the nature of this desiring person. Am I a desiring person? Is desiring intrinsic to my nature? Or is this desiring a superimposition, an adhyasa on this I? This is what one has to find out. And that is what leads us to the second portion of the Veda. And the same Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Yajnena danena tapasa vividishanti brahmanaha. Brahmanaha means the people who are interested in knowing about Brahman as the truth of themselves. Vividishanti veditum icchanti. They desire to know what? Brahman. How? How do they get to the place of transmuting or changing, transforming all these desires based on objects to the desire based on the subject, on the I? How do they get there? And the Upanishad says, Yajnena, by all this prayer, diet of yajna, danena, because every yajna has to be accompanied by what? Dana, giving. You give, you give, you give, you grow. Danena tapasa. Tapasa means what? Through all the sadhanas, meditation, etc. Anashakena. Anashakena means through all the punya that does not come to an end. That punya brings them to the teacher, brings them to the Upanishad. So therefore, the Upanishad comes at the end, because one graduates from a person who is intent on fulfilling the desires to inquiring whether one is actually a desiring person. So usually the Karma Kanda is separate from Jnana Kanda, completely different. The idea is you go through the Karma Kanda and then you have turned away from Karma Kanda. As the Mundaka Upanishad says, Nirvedam ayat. You're sick of that. You're sick of going, doing this, doing that, getting this, getting that, going here, going there. Here is a place of no going, no coming, just being. Just being. And then that is how you graduate. But the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is unique, because the Karma Kanda is also there. Because just in case somebody has quickly rushed to the Upanishads without really reckoning with their desires, this Upanishad is so compassionate, it will take care of those desires along the way of teaching Vedanta, the truth of oneself. How beautiful the Shruti is. And that's why the structure of the Upanishad is that the teaching is given in the beginning, the first few chapters, and after that all the residual desires are taken care of with the help of various mantras, spells, prayers, etc.